Domain School is the world's first domain knowledge specialization school. Learn business knowledge in the age of AI. Your domain knowledge is what keeps you valuable.
Hey friends, welcome to this week's build, and today we are going to build a product which solves a massive problem. So I'm pretty sure if all of you are working in industry for quite a few years, you must have always realized that your management, your leadership don't really give you a lot of hike, but if they are getting somebody from outside,
New hire.
they give that person like 30%, 40%. So you may be wondering, what exactly is going on. And though at the project level, they make that decision, but the HR departments, their one of the top goal is to ensure that employee work for a longer period of longer duration in the organization. The attrition is reduced, and the employee retention is increased. So for that, there are a lot of indicators in the market. So today we are just going to build a product which is like a market rate compensation auditor. So it compares what are the general rates in the market versus what the organization is providing to the existing employees. So if you see the veteran employee who are working it like for really long in the organization, they hardly get like any increase. They just like get a 3% of merit increase. But if a new hire is there, they probably get like 30%, 40% more. But that creates a lot of dissatisfaction with the organization. There's a silent disengagement, and sometimes the top performer actually resigns. But what the blind spot is that there's a huge replacement cost which your manager and your immediate leader may not realize, but HR wants to know that so that HR can intervene at the right moment. So replacing a specialized enterprise employee would typically cost like 1.5 to 2x of their annual salary. So if there's a top performer
Let's
and
discuss
company
your
is giving that
concerns.
person like $100,000,
We
it
want
would
you to
probably
stay.
take 150,000 or to 200,000 just to replace that, because recruiter needs to be engaged. They have to post the job, LinkedIn licenses, all those things, and also there is a loss of productivity as well. So traditional compensation reviews actually rely on like static expensive survey data sets from Mercer, from Radford, which updated annually. But this product actually gives the real-time market data. So in order to build this, and let me just give you a glimpse of the product which you will actually build. So before building the product, you actually need to understand a lot of domain knowledge of this product, like what exactly the business problem it is solving, and some of the domain knowledge you need to understand, like what is this comparative ratio. So this measures what an employee is paid relative to the market midpoint baseline. What is conversion annualization, which is like a public indicators as average hourly earnings, then market benchmark indices like a data from Bureau of Labor Statistics, which are available in pretty much all the countries separately, and also turnover exposure valuation, like if an employee is resigning just because they are not getting enough salary, then what is the actual cost of that resignation or that attrition. So this domain knowledge really understand. Without understanding this domain knowledge, you cannot really build a product like this or solve a real business problem. In terms of the data pipeline and application architecture, we'll go to the Bureau of Labor Stats, we'll take their API and fetch the numbers. There will be some data joins and also some, caching and all those things we will do. Whenever you are building any product, you need to think about the users who would be using that product, because that is how you can actually make that product valuable to the end user. So this kind of a product is really useful for chief human resource officers, for the compensation and total rewards manager, so that they can maintain the equitable pay structure, and they get like a market benchmark, and also chief financial officers, so that they can optimize capital allocation and control budget expenses. So if you are vibe coding this kind of a product, the real value which you are bringing is not the technical knowledge, but actually the domain knowledge. And that is what domain school is all about. And I request you to join the domain school community, because every week we are doing some live builds. We are building enterprise grade products, solving the real business problems. And this is kind of a product. Actually, if you put in your resume, it will have a huge impact. You can actually add some bullet points in your resume that you built an interactive labor analytics dashboard, or budget relocation optimization algorithm. And if you are a college student, I mean, this kind of a product in your resume can add, or in your application, college application, can have like a huge impact. So we'll do like a first level MVP 1 build, but there is a lot of additional enhancement which you can do, like job title semantic mapping, where you can just map employees to different job titles. You can also do some internal demographic equity audits, like in terms of gender, age, race, metadata, whether you are equitable organization or not. And also some of the cloud implementations you can do. So let me see what else I have over here. So if it's like a let me just so we'll go to Bureau of Labor Stats. We'll connect to their API, and we'll also use our internal user payload structure. So our job grade, role title, current average, hourly base. So all this data is present in your SCM system, like Workday, or maybe in different Excel sheets. So we are gonna connect these two, and let's go to the actual product. So as you can see, there are few sections in this product. First of all, it's let me just so total payroll annualized is that for say 33 employees, you are spending around $2 million for their annual payroll. But if you compare it with the market rate for those roles, I mean, you are paying pretty much like 25% less. And out of those 33 employees, there are 19 employees who are at a risk of, say, leaving, because their pay is much less as compared to others. So this tool actually gives you that indication that, okay, who those 19 employees are. For example, you have like a data analyst, and you are paying that person around $71,000 per year, but the market rate is $113,000. So there's a high risk that this person would actually leave, right? Continuing with, you can actually in this you can upload your own data, your organization's own data, and so to compare with the external API. But some of the really cool, also it has some stats, okay, for different roles, what is the internal rate versus hourly rate, and also some of the macro based trends, like professional technical services, irrespective of a particular role, how exactly this the trend looks like. And you can do this for different roles like information services, like tech and software. So it gives a clear visibility and clear kind of a thought process, how much salary you should pay to different individual and different roles. But it's kind of a AI based product, so it actually gives you kind of a simulation exercise for your leaders, that you can actually say that, okay, $100,000 for to increase the overall salary, where what should be your plan of action. I mean, maybe your say CFO will say that, okay, in order to save these people and help them retain in the organization, let's just put $100,000, but how should I spend it? So that is where the real AI the AI agent functionality comes, you can generate the plan, and it will actually gives you a kind of a summary that who are the people to whom you need to be invest, kind of a risk assessment like data analyst, IT support specialist, project specialist, they are like at a high risk, and how exactly you will achieve. So your leaders can actually do a simulation based on the amount of budget they have, so that there's a targeted focus on different individuals. So this is kind of a really big product, also a big problem. And if a typical organization, if you hire like a consulting firm to build this, like Deloitte, Accenture, TCS, they would take like close to $500,000 to build this kind of a product, which you can build through vibe coding. And the only reason you are able to build it because of the domain knowledge which you have learned. And guys, before we move to the actual build, I just request you to subscribe to Domain School channel, because every single week we are solving a real business problem. We are imparting a real domain knowledge. In the age of AI, the focus is shifting. Your business people are learning the technical knowledge, so why don't you technical people learn the business knowledge, build some real products? So join the Domain School community, subscribe to Domain School channel, and let's jump right in and do the step by step build of this product. See you in this video. The folder in your AI agent builder, I am using Google anti-gravity over here. So you go and create a new folder, and our name is so we are building market compensation auditor, so HR market compensation auditor. So this is what we are going to write over here, and let's create, let's open. And as you can see, our first step is to create the instructions folder in it, and create these 3 files. So I'll create a folder instructions, and in this instruction let's create 3 files which are explainer, prompts, and instructions. So explainer, then prompts, and then instructions. So you can even see this framework on our Domain School tools. We have it over here, vibe coding framework. So the explainer is just it gives you a full understanding of let me zoom this a bit. Yeah. So explainer contains everything about product which we are building, so it kinds of work as your guidebook containing all the business logic. Prompts will have all the step-by-step prompts which you can simply copy paste, and instruction is that you need not to worry about the security, UI, all those things. So the way we have written this prompt is directly generate these files and start working. Okay, so let's go to this one. So now let's start generating content for this. So explainer, I'll just simply copy this one. I'll go to, you can use ChatGPT, or so I put the prompt, and here is my product idea. So I write product idea over here, and let's see if it gives us the explainer file. So it has given us everything related to this this product which we are building. So it's pretty detailed. I mean, this is for reference, and you can read it later, but I'm going to just put it into the explainer file. Okay, this looks good. Let's hit save, and if we go to our community, the next step is to the prompt. So just get the series of prompt. For the same product idea, generate prompts.md file. I think it is prompt or prompts. It's prompts. Let's just, yeah. So I'm giving all the instructions that I'm generating it like into a 2 tiers, MVP1, MVP2, and a large scale enterprise. So it has generated this entire prompt file. Still working. Let's copy this, and you can read each prompt if you want, but we'll quickly jump here in our anti-gravity and in the prompts.file we are gonna paste this content, just confirming that everything is over here. Okay, and as per our steps, the final is the instructions file. So let's copy this. So you need not to worry about the modularity, security, and all those. As it's just like a brain for your AI agent builder. So let's send this. So maintaining the live documentation, because every product is different and you start adding more and more features, the app will automatically, maintain the documentation for your product. So let's go over there, and in the instructions we're gonna paste it over here. Okay, this looks good. Let's hit save. Okay, after this all the 3 files are ready. So now all we need to do is just prompt our instruction, our AI agent builder, to start building. And the way I have written that it will ask for a confirmation every single time, but you can change this prompt if you just want to have a cup of tea and let the AI agent builder build. And you can use Claude or Cursor or any other tool, but I'm using anti-gravity over here. So let's send this. So it will ask several comments, and I think then it will start coding and create our first MVP. So based on that, we'll see that in the next. So it has created like an implementation plan. That is what we have given in the instruction. So let's read that implementation plan. So modern web application for HR managers to detect salary compression. It will initiate the project, install the dependency, and it will several times ask me. So let's accept all and say proceed, and we'll see how it goes. First MVP is completed, so I'm super excited to see. Okay, so the market rate compensation auditor, this looks awesome. So what it has done, let's all explore all the features. So it has analyzed all the existing payroll around $2 million, and it has estimated that as per the average market deviation, there's like a 25% less companies paying. So there are 19 people who are at risk of resigning or attrition. Uh, but there is a financial exposure. I mean, if these people leave, then it's a like a risk of around 1.9, almost $2 million. And it has also given for each role, like senior software engineer, the internal salary is 108,000, but market benchmark is 113,000. So that is good, and it directly connected to the Bureau of Labor data. And you can just change the different series, and it shows the okay for data analyst how your rate is different from the market, and it also gives like a macro batch trend. uh, so pretty good, and you can just keep learning and keep refining this app. But the good thing is that it has also given you a facility to add custom roles, your hourly rate, headcount number, and different sector as per the Bureau of Labor Stats. And then you can also do a CSV data ingestion. You can just upload your CSV file in this. uh, so that's pretty good, but the most important thing is that it has created a retention sandbox for management to take a decision. So for example, if company invests a $25,000 um, to retain people, then it will generate a AI action plan, like for the chief resource human resources officer, that okay, there are 19 employees which were identified, and if you put like $25,000, then you know how it will overall help. It is also doing the risk assessment. So this is like a pretty much full-fledged product. If you are into human resources or tech for human resources, then I think it's great. And this is also giving you possibility to make it like a public product, and you can just ask people to put their own API key and it will work. So let's go back to our anti-gravity, and I think it looks good. It is saying that do you want to proceed with tier 2. So let's see what our instructions say. So I think we have tested locally, and before pushing it to GitHub, I'll just add this about page in the product. So let's see, let's just copy this, and I'll tell her looks good before going for version 2. I want to add a about page. So this is, and just to make it structured, let's just paste these images, and you can have it in any format you want. I just want to keep it simple in a slide format, so that's why I'm just mentioning this over here. Okay, let's send this, and when this about page would be ready, then we'll push this first version to GitHub, and we'll continue to refine and add more features to the product based on the prompts we have created for MVP1, MVP2, and enterprise level scaling of it. Has pushed the code to GitHub, and it is also automatically published your app. So let's open it. Great, it's working. If it sometimes doesn't work, you would note it to go to settings and pages, and you have to ensure that this is set as branch as GitHub pages. So this will help you keep your code and the live application at same place, but you can use Vercel or any other deployment you want to. And here in the app description, you go to settings and use your GitHub Pages website. So anybody who will visit your code, they will automatically see this live product, and you can configure it further that people can start putting their own API keys. Looks great. You can share this link, add it to your resume, or bring into your interviews or presentation. It has a inbuilt presentation where you can actually walk through, and just, I mean, every product would be different, so use your own thought process. But now you have solved like a $1 million problem, saved like around 600,000 for your organizations. But refine it further, I mean, know more on the domain knowledge, talk to the business people, and keep on adding. So let's see what else. Okay, so we had this as MVP1. So let's say so if we go to our prompts, our MVP2 was around, live API integration, and all these points are already done. So, and then there's the enterprise scaling like US, and you can actually create like a end-to-end database schema. So we are going to skip all this, and you can do, I mean, you can tell your this AI agent builder to continue working. As you can even see here that we have some further enhancement defined around semantic mapping, equity audits, and cloud scenarios. All those things can be done. So that is where we would end today, and just subscribe to the channel because every week we are throwing a new build. And but I strongly recommend that either you follow these instructions or copy the code and refine it further, especially if you are working in the HR tech space. This solves a huge problem. Thank you. I think it has added the about page, so let's see. Here's the learning deck, and this is up to you. I mean, of course, if you are building this product, and the main intent is to learn the domain knowledge, so we always suggest at domain school that you build first, then learn, and then kind of think and repeat. And even if you have to present it or put in your like a resume or present somewhere, you will have a like a slide deck available which you can definitely use. So it covers all the business problems, require domain knowledge, data pipeline, stakeholders. So from people, process, technology, it covers everything. And see, this kind of app would take around 400,000 to $600,000 to build. So that's like a huge return on investment. And if you are a professional or resume, I mean, it's also giving you like what you can mention in this related to this product, and whatever prompts you have used. So it's like your one-stop shop. If you want to teach somebody, you can just hand over this app. They will learn the actual function, they will also learn the theoretical knowledge, and it also gives you some of the proposed further enhancement you can do. So now let's put it to GitHub so that you can share it further. So let's go to GitHub. You can create your own GitHub account and create a repository. So let's give a name, HR market compensation auditor, and the description we can just take from here. On this app that this application integrates real-time market analytics directly from the Bureau of Labor Stats, and it lets reward managers and model retention budget spent across dynamically. So let's put this, everything is fine. Let's create repository, and some of these things you can change later. Okay, let's copy this. Okay, let's go to our community, and we have like push to GitHub. So just give the GitHub details. here, and we created the repository, and you can just copy this, paste here, and just send, and once it is pushed to GitHub, we'll open it live and see it, which you can share on LinkedIn or elsewhere.